Have you ever gotten up in the morning and felt off? Maybe your energy just isn't there even after a full night's sleep. Or you notice your hands cramping up when you're making breakfast. Or perhaps your balance is slightly shaky and you think to yourself, am I just getting old? But here's something most people don't realize. It may not just be age catching up with you. It might be your body quietly telling you it's missing something essential. As we move into our 70s and beyond, our bodies change in ways that even healthy diets can't always keep up with. You might eat well, stay active, and still feel like something's slipping. That something is often tied to minerals, those tiny nutrients we rarely think about but desperately need. They don't get as much attention as vitamins, but they're absolutely vital for energy, memory, strength, heart health, and even staying emotionally steady. And unfortunately, many seniors over 70 are missing them without even knowing it. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 essential minerals that could be quietly missing from your life and making you feel older than you really are. But don't worry, we're not just going to list them off. We're going to talk about what they actually do for your body, the signs you might be running low, and where to get them, from simple foods, supplements, or even small lifestyle tweaks that you can start today. Let's begin with something you've probably heard of but maybe haven't thought about in years. Magnesium. It's often called the relaxation mineral, and for good reason. Magnesium helps regulate everything from muscle function to mood, to how well you sleep at night. If your legs cramp up during a walk or while lying in bed, if you feel anxious for no clear reason, or if your sleep is light and broken, magnesium could be playing a role. And here's the kicker. Almost 80% of older adults are believed to be getting less magnesium than they need. But the solution isn't complicated. You can find magnesium in everyday foods like spinach, almonds, and black beans. A small serving of pumpkin seeds each day, just a handful, can make a real difference. For those who want a more direct approach, a high-quality magnesium glycinate supplement can also help, especially before bed. But like anything else, always talk to your doctor before making changes. Now let's talk about zinc, a mineral that becomes more critical as we age, particularly for our immune system, skin, and even sense of taste and smell. Ever noticed food tasting blander than it used to? Or wounds taking longer to heal? That could be your body quietly telling you it's low on zinc. And it's a serious issue, because zinc deficiency doesn't just impact how we feel. It increases the risk of infections, including respiratory illnesses. Luckily, foods like oysters, yes, oysters, beef, and even fortified cereals are great sources of zinc. If you don't eat much red meat or seafood, this is one area where a small supplement might be helpful. Again, simple, natural fixes that can boost how strong and alert you feel every day. Now that we've covered 2 important players that often go missing in the background, let's move toward another that most people never think of until it's too late, and that's potassium. You probably associate it with bananas, and that's a great start. But potassium is about so much more than just fruit. This mineral helps keep your blood pressure steady, supports heart rhythm, and most importantly, it helps your muscles and nerves talk to each other. That means balance, strength, and coordination. All things that start to feel different as we age. If you've ever stood up and felt a little dizzy, or noticed swelling in your feet, or your blood pressure creeping up even though you haven't changed anything, potassium might be involved. And the scary part? A potassium deficiency can quietly make your heart work harder than it should, increasing your risk for heart issues, without you realizing it. So where do you get it, aside from bananas? Cooked spinach, sweet potatoes, white beans, and even avocados are fantastic sources. If you like yogurt or cantaloupe, you're already helping your potassium levels without even trying. But here's a gentle word of caution. Because potassium is closely tied to kidney function, always check with your doctor before considering supplements. Food sources are usually safest and most effective. Now, let's turn to something that nearly every senior is low in without knowing: selenium. This one doesn't get much press, but it should. Selenium is like the quiet guardian of your cells. It protects your body from oxidative stress, the kind of wear and tear that speeds up aging. It also supports your thyroid and boosts your immune system, which is incredibly important after 70. If you're feeling constantly fatigued, struggling with brain fog, or your hair and nails feel brittle, selenium might be part of the puzzle. The incredible thing, you don't need much of it to see a benefit. Just one Brazil nut a day gives you your full recommended amount. That's right, 1. You don't have to overhaul your diet or take a cabinet full of pills. A single nut with your morning coffee or evening tea can keep your selenium in check. It's one of the easiest changes you'll ever make. Now, another mineral that's absolutely essential but easily forgotten is iron. It's a little tricky because too much iron isn't good either, but not enough? That can drain your energy, leave you pale, dizzy, short of breath, or constantly cold. And here's the thing. After 70, many people, especially women, start absorbing less iron naturally, especially if they eat less red meat or deal with digestion issues. What can you do? Well, liver is one of the richest natural sources of iron, but let's be honest, not everyone likes liver. Other great options include lean beef, chicken thighs, lentils, and even dark leafy greens like kale. If you're not a big meat eater, pairing plant-based iron with a vitamin C-rich food, like citrus or bell peppers, can help your body absorb it better. And just like with potassium, don't rush to supplements unless your doctor confirms a deficiency. Iron needs to be balanced carefully. Too much can be harmful, especially for men and post-menopausal women. A small blood test can give you peace of mind and guide the right approach. So we've now talked about magnesium, zinc, potassium, selenium, and iron. 5 powerful minerals that quietly affect how we feel, move, and think every single day. And now let's talk about the final mineral on our list. One that plays a role in nearly every single cell in your body, and yet most people don't even think about it. Iodine. Iodine isn't just about thyroid health, though that's a big part of it. Your thyroid gland, a small butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, controls your metabolism, energy levels, and even your body temperature. If your iodine levels are too low, that little gland can't do its job properly. And the result? You start to feel sluggish, cold all the time, mentally foggy, maybe even depressed without knowing why. For seniors, this is particularly important. As we age, our thyroid function can slow down naturally, but a deficiency in iodine can make those effects worse, and that slowdown isn't just uncomfortable, it can quietly increase your risk for weight gain, heart problems, and even cognitive decline. Now here's the good news. You don't need to go searching for exotic supplements or rare foods. Just a little iodized salt can go a long way, and that's something many older adults have reduced or eliminated due to blood pressure concerns. If your doctor's given you the green light to include a pinch in your meals, iodized salt is an easy, low-cost fix. Otherwise, seafood like cod and shrimp, dairy products, and even eggs can help fill the gap. Seaweed is also a fantastic source. If you enjoy sushi or miso soup, you're already on the right track. What matters most is balance. Too much iodine can be just as problematic as too little, so don't overdo it. A varied diet that includes seafood, eggs, and a bit of iodized salt now and then is often enough to keep your levels in a healthy range. Now, I want to say something important here. You don't need to memorize this list or make changes all at once. What matters is that you understand the big picture. Your body is constantly speaking to you. When you feel tired, off balance, forgetful, or just not quite yourself, sometimes the cause isn't age. Sometimes it's a quiet deficiency in something your body is craving. And the best part is this. These aren't hard fixes. We're not talking about complicated diets, expensive pills, or major life overhauls. We're talking about a Brazil nut with breakfast, a handful of spinach at dinner, grilled salmon once a week, or simply sprinkling a little iodized salt on your eggs. Tiny, manageable steps that build a foundation for strength, clarity, and longevity. If you've ever felt like aging was a losing battle, like energy and health just slip away year after year, I want you to know it's not over. You're not done. Your body still responds. Your mind can still sharpen. You can still feel better than you do today, but only if you give yourself the tools to thrive. And these minerals are part of that toolbox. Remember, you're not alone. So many seniors are walking around unaware they're missing these key nutrients. And by watching this, you've already taken a powerful first step toward feeling better, thinking clearer, and aging with dignity and strength. If this helped you, let us know in the comments. Share your story. What foods do you swear by? What have you started doing differently that made a big difference in how you feel? And if you haven't already, give this video a like. It tells YouTube that this kind of senior-focused content matters. And subscribe for more tips that actually make a difference in your life. Here's to you, your health, your future, and the power of small changes that build a vibrant, independent life at any age.